What is going on, guys? How's everybody doing? Welcome to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Paul. I also go by the Philly Flipper. I'm a full-time reseller living in the Philadelphia area, hence the name. So it's been a while since we made like a what sold video, and I am usually known as like a ramen seller. What I mean by ramen is like I usually sell items between like 20 to 30 bucks. People call it bread and butter, but I don't like bread and butter. I like ramen, so I'm calling it ramen. So I'm usually known for it. A lot of my friends know what I mean when I say I find ramen items. So I'm usually known for that. But today I want to talk about some of the, I guess, better, more high-end sales that I had in the month of June. I'm going to talk about where I bought it, how much I paid for it, where it sold, and how quick it sold. Because it's not just the price of what it sells that's important to us. It's important how quick the item turns around. So enough flapping my lips, as Larry likes to say. Let's get into it. First item I have here is a Breville. I believe I pronounced that correctly. Milk frother. This thing was new, open box. I got this at a church yard sale for $3, and it sold for $103 on eBay, and it sold in about, I'd say, 12 hours. It sold very quick. Be on the lookout for the brand Breville. They sell espresso machines. They sell other kitchen items, and they're very high end. If you look at some sold comps on eBay, if you find like a brand new espresso machine, it's like $3-4 grand. Used espresso machines for Breville sell for like $700-800. So definitely be on the lookout for this thing. Heard of the brand Breville before, so I didn't have to comp it. And for $3, it was a no-brainer. Okay, next we have this Lynx Regalia Golf Club, female golf club set. I actually have a video of where I bought this at a yard sale. I think that the title is called like Miscommunication Cost Me $300 something at a yard sale. I'll put a link to it right there if you guys want to go see it. But I paid $20 for this at a yard sale. It sold for $180 on Facebook. It only took 4 days to sell. If anybody offers you a set of golf clubs for $20, usually you just take it without comping it. I made a mistake in this one without taking the other one he had available right away. But usually if it's a set like this, you can easily sell it for $100+. If it's a mixed set, you can break it apart and sell the bag individually, the drivers individually, the 3-woods, the irons, the putter. You can all break it down and definitely make your $20 back. And to ship this, shout out to Evan Flipping McFlipperson. He walked me through shipping it. I just bought a big like lamp box from U-Haul, put this in there, shoved it with paper on top so it didn't move, and it got there. And it got there in one piece. Everybody got positive feedback from the buyer, so that's awesome to see. Next, we got this Ryobi Supercharger. Usually the chargers are like my ramen items because I can get them for $5, and they usually sell between $30 to $40. This is a supercharger. This one you can charge 6 batteries at once, so it's worth a lot more. I got this at a yard sale for $5, and it sold on Facebook Marketplace for $90, and it took 6 days to sell. Next, I'll talk about a couple pairs of shoes that sold for $50+. I took a couple of different brands here, so if you guys are not aware of these, definitely be on the lookout for these brands here. First ones are I sold a pair of Hokas. These are Hoka Ono's Gaviatota. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly too. I got these at a thrift store. They were $7, but that tag was half off, so I got it for $3.50, and it sold on Facebook for $50, and it sold in less than a week. Hokas are definitely a bolo for running shoes. People know about Brooks and Asics. Hokas are just as good, if not better, and I don't think thrift stores are aware of that. So they priced them less than they priced the Brooks and Asics. So definitely pick those up if you see them. Next, I got Nike. So I got some Zoom Dunks from Nike. I got these at $1 at a flea market. I'm pretty sure this is the same YouTube video as I did with the golf clubs. So definitely check that video out. But I paid $1 for him. It's a super nice guy. He moved to Jersey from Seattle. Me and him were talking. I was like, hey, what do you want for these shoes? He's like, for you, $1. So I couldn't pay him fast enough. These shoes were barely used. The only downside to them is they were size 5. If they were size 8, 9, 10, they were sold for more. But still size 5 sold for $70 on Mercari, and it sold in a week. I just got my positive feedback on them today, so that was great. So that's awesome. Next, I got a pair of Air Jordan 1s. I got these at an auction, an online auction with Louis Cali reseller Luis. So shout out to you, Cali reseller. Thank you for the wheels, deals, and steals, as he likes to say. I got these shoes for $19 with free shipping, and they sold on eBay for $58 in 3 days. There's not much to say here, guys. You guys know Jordans sell. Some sell for a lot more than the others. Took an offer today on some Jordans for $180. I'm still waiting for the buyer to pay, though, so hopefully they pay, and they'll be in the video for next month. So Air Jordan sell. And then another bolo brand for you guys is On Clouds. That's what they look like. It's an OC. It looks kind of like a U. On Clouds, I got these on an online buy from another eBayer. I bought a bunch of shoes for them, and I think my cost of goods is around $5 a pair. And these guys sold on eBay for $50, and they sold in 3 days. Next, you got a Kenmore 360 canister vacuum. Shout out Tim Osborne the Thrift. He, after watching his videos, I am looking at all crazy things: printers, printer heads, vacuums, crazy bulky items. And this a canister vacuum I got at a thrift store for $15. Same thrift store as I got the Hokas, by the way. That was a great thrift store trip for me. I got those. I got this vacuum for $15. It sold on eBay for $125 in 2 days. So with these, you can sell them whole, like I did, for $125, or you can take it apart and sell the hose by itself, the wand by itself, the canister by itself, and make even more money. But I was really happy to turn 15 into 20 into 125 in 2 days. Next, so this Nintendo Game Boy bundle. This is a Game Boy Color, and then the game is Mario. It's a Super Mario game, but the sticker of it peeled off. But I showed pictures in the listing of the game working and playing. This was got a Goodwill for $8. I got this Game Boy, that game, and 2 other games for $8. And it sold for $90 on Facebook in 2 weeks. This is I got this on the trip with Annette and Yakov Benz. And shout out to Annette. She sold this and gave one to me and gave one to Yakov. So I appreciate that, Annette. The lady who bought it for me just got it and messaged me on Facebook saying, "Thank you so much. I'm going to be playing this game 5 million times while I am pregnant." So great that she could enjoy the game and I can enjoy the profit that I made. This is an interesting story right here. I saw this a Stour 1938 watch. This watch came from my Santa unit, which is my first ever live on this channel. My first ever live, I opened a storage unit that I got for $300. It was an amazing, amazing storage unit. So much awesome stuff in it. One of the things when there was a watch. So I had an incredible amount of items from it. So my cost of goods is less than $1. And this watch, I already sold previously to somebody in Russia for $115 plus the shipping. And then like 2 months after I sold it, the watch came back to me. And I was like, okay, what's going on? I messaged the buyer. He never replied. I messaged the buyer again. He never replied. So I waited 2 weeks. The buyer never replied. I don't know what happened to him. So I just relisted the watch. And I sold again. Sold for $85 this time. And it sold in 10 days. So Stour, I think I'm pronouncing that brand correctly. Maybe it's wrong. I think it's Stour 1938. Definitely, if you guys see a watch like this or any other Stour watches, they're definitely good money. This one sold with this one sold with no battery as well, and I still got $85 for it. Next, let's talk about some bats. It is still baseball season. Bats are selling like crazy, and it's pretty funny. These 4 bats, I got them all on the same day at various yard sales, but I paid $3 for each bat. So that was pretty cool. This first one, I sold this Miken 484 Camera bat. Paid $3 for this at a yard sale, so for $80 in 3 weeks on eBay. Anything Miken brand usually does well, especially if it's a composite bat. Usually sells well. You see the one at the end is also a Miken. We'll get to it later. I sold a Demarini CF5 composite bat. Also $3 purchase. Sold for $150 on Facebook. Sold really quick on Facebook in 3 days. So that was awesome. Demarini, again, another bolo baseball brand. They sell really quick. Combat, the Duke bat. This one was really hard for me to. This one took me a while to list because there was no comps on it and no listings on it. I could not find anything on it. The only thing I found was somebody in Arizona selling it locally on OfferUp for $100. So I did. So I listed mine on eBay for $120, figuring if he wants to sell it for $100, I can maybe sell it for a little more on eBay. And I get an offer on eBay for $100 in 2 days, and I took it. So definitely. So now at least somebody who wants to sell it, there'll be a sold comp for them on eBay, so they know kind of what it sells for. But yeah, this is another composite bat sold real quick. And last but not least, another. It says Mike, but it's supposed to say Miken Miken Freak FX bat. I got that at the same yard sale as the Miken Camera bat. I paid $3 for it as well, and it sold on Facebook for $80 in 3 hours. Sold really, really fast on Facebook. I'm not a bat expert whatsoever. All I know about bats is the knock on it to see if it's composite or not. And usually, if it's a composite bat, I usually pay for it. That's pretty much my only knowledge on bats. I know there's a lot more for me to learn, and I'm excited to learn more and more about it because you see, bats are good money. They're super easy to list and super easy to ship as well. Next, I sold this 39-inch African carved tribal mask. This I got at the sleeping yard sale. This was on my YouTube, and the thing the title was like everybody was sleeping at this yard sale. This is the one I went to, like a retirement facility, and the yard sale started at 7 in the morning, and I got there and there was only one person set up. There's only one person set up, and she said that everybody else is still sleeping. Come back later. But this person had 2 of these like tribal masks, and I bought them for $5 each. This was the first one to sell. It sold on Facebook for $75, and it sold in 3 weeks. Usually anything unique like this stuff I pick up, and I figure it's more long tail. Like I thought I was going to hold on to this for a couple months before it sold, but it sold in 3 weeks. So that was pretty quick, and I was definitely happy with the profit. Another unique item here. This is a homemade Raggedy Ann doll. Usually Raggedy Ann has red hair. This has had a multicolor hair, which I think probably helped with the value. I got this at a thrift store for $3, and it sold on eBay for $68, and it sold in a month. Raggedy Ann stuff is pretty hot. People like Raggedy Ann stuff. I have a clock right now that I listed for like $100. That's Raggedy Ann. So definitely anything Raggedy Ann, don't be afraid to pick it up. Usually it's going to sell for some decent money. This was one of my latest videos. I got this Olympus point-and-shoot camera from the church yard sale. From the church yard sale, this thing I picked up for $5. I sold on eBay for $100 in about like 7 or 8 hours. But with point-and-shoot cameras, I usually say if you get it for around $3, you're doing pretty good. If the brand says Olympus, I wouldn't be afraid to pay up a little more. Other point-and-shoot cameras sell between $20, $30, $40. Olympus sell for a lot more though, and this one sold for $100. And then last but not least, let's talk about some golf clubs. Again, I'm not a golf club expert. There's an amazing YouTube channels you guys can follow to talk about golf club. There's Flippy McFlipperson. There is the Bearded Thrift Machine. There's Casey, the Carolina reseller. They all know the clubs super well. I am just starting to learn, but even like a noob like me, even I can still make money on some clubs. So these 3 I picked up at the same yard sale, all picked up at one yard sale. This was and I paid $5 each for them, and they all sold. The G5 Ping driver sold for $80 on eBay. Took 2 weeks to sell. Ping, great brand. Anytime I see Ping, I always pick it up. And the person who bought it from Australia, and I think they paid it $80 shipping or something on top to ship it to Australia. So they really wanted that Ping driver. I sold this Callaway Big Bertha Diablo driver. I sold it for $100 on Facebook. Sold it in like a week. So that was another great sale. Callaway Big Bertha. Those drivers move all the time as well. And then I sold this Titleist 93K driver. It sold on Facebook for $65, and it sold in 3 weeks. Titleist, Callaway, or Ping, and they're asking a reasonable price. You can definitely make some money on that. So yeah, those are some of the items that sold for $50 plus in June. I hope you guys learned maybe one thing maybe 2 things, maybe more. Leave a comment on your best sales in June so I can learn from you guys, and then we can all go and become smarter when we go to these yard sales and thrift stores. All right, guys, that's going to be it for me. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next one. Peace out.